So many times in our lives, we say we want more money, more love, more opportunities, more freedom. And yet, when chance knocks on our door, we shrink and let it go by. Why do we do that? Why do we pass on the very things that we say we want? That's our shadow's work, keeping us small and safe. And that's exactly what we are unpacking in this video. My name is Viktoria Chervenkova, or simply Vixie, a certified holistic financial planning coach, author of Unleash Your Inner Money Goddess, and host of the Money Goddesses community on School. I love helping ordinary women just like me and you transform from wealthless earner to money goddess so that they end the stress and frustration around managing money, reconnect with their inner wisdom, and use financial experts-backed strategies to finally start building the wealth they deserve. In our last episode, we explored the power of shadow work, how simply seeing the parts of ourselves we've kept hidden can create profound transformation. Today, we're going a step further into that sacred space. Because if you've ever felt yourself holding back, shrinking from your own voice, your own dreams, or your deepest potential, this episode will help you understand why. We're talking about something both mysterious and universal: our fear of our own power, and how the shadow, that unseen part of us, often keeps us playing small, even when our soul is ready to expand. It's such an interesting paradox, isn't it? We say we want success, we say we are ready for abundance, and we say we crave freedom. Then we go on to visualize it, to journal about it every day, and maybe we even take some small steps toward it. But when that opportunity finally shows up, a new potential client calls, or the promotion we've been waiting for becomes available, something inside of us tightens. We start to doubt, we delay, we tell ourselves we're not quite ready. Why? Why do we do this? Because stepping into our power means stepping into the unknown. It means becoming visible. It means taking up space. And that alone can awaken all kinds of buried fears. Fears that often live in the shadow. Our shadow doesn't just contain what we reject about ourselves. It also holds what we secretly admire but have been taught to suppress. Carl Jung once wrote that people will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. And it's true. We often fear our light just as much as our darkness. Psychologist Debbie Ford, in her book, The Dark Side of the Light Chasers, said this beautifully. We are not afraid of our darkness. We are afraid of our light because it calls us to be more than we thought we could be. So we choose to dim, to play it safe. We choose to blend in. And the shadow, whose job it is to protect us, whispers, "Don't shine too brightly. It's safer here." See, the shadow is not trying to purposefully sabotage you. It's only trying to protect you from pain that you once experienced. But in doing so, it keeps you small. From a psychological point of view, this fear of power is completely natural. We all internalize messages while growing up, from our family, our culture, religion, or even our own past experiences, about what's acceptable for a girl or a woman to be. Maybe we learned that good girls shouldn't be too ambitious, too loud, too confident. So we unconsciously buried the parts of us that were bold and radiant. That's why Jung and so many depth psychologists insist that shadow work is essential to self-actualization. Because only by reclaiming what we've disowned, including our brilliance, do we become whole. In goddess mythology, the energy of reclaiming power is beautifully represented by Isis, the Egyptian goddess of magic, wisdom, and restoration. When her beloved Osiris was torn apart, Isis didn't run from the darkness. She gathered every fragment, every piece of him, and through her love and presence, she brought him back to life. That's what shadow work really is, gathering the lost pieces of ourselves and breathing life back into them. Every time you acknowledge a part of yourself you've denied, you're performing your own act of resurrection. You're doing Isis's work. And that's why your power can sometimes feel scary, because to claim it, you must first face what you once lost. So, how do we begin to move beyond this fear of our own power? As females, we don't push and we don't force. We simply notice when that fear arises and we meet it with compassion. Because power in its feminine form isn't domination or control. It's flow. It's presence, ease, and integrity. It's knowing who you are, light and shadow, and allowing your full self to move through the world unapologetically. When you do that, your relationship with money, love, and life in general starts to shift. You stop chasing and you start attracting. You stop hustling for worthiness and you begin embodying it. That's the moment your inner money goddess awakens. If this message resonates, if you feel that tug between wanting more and fearing your own light, please know that you're not alone. Every woman walking this path of awakening faces this moment. And that's why I created the Money Goddesses community on School, a sacred space where we explore these archetypes, share our stories, and support one another as we step into our true financial power. When you join, you'll also receive my book, Unleash Your Inner Money Goddess, Ancient Female Wisdom for Modern Wealth, for free. And it's the perfect guide for understanding your archetype and learning how to embrace both your light and your shadow. So, if your soul is whispering that it's time to stop playing small, listen. Your power isn't something to fear, it's something to remember. And if you enjoyed this episode, please like the video and subscribe to the channel so you get notified when new content gets released. Thank you for watching or listening, and please remember to keep shining like the goddess you are.